What is going on, guys? Today we are back with another video. We're still out here on Devil's Lake, and very different conditions out today. Every single day we've came out here, you get this little window between like 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. where it's, you know, nice and calm and pretty fishable, and then the wind is picked up to like 25 to 30 plus pretty much every day, and you pretty much have been blown off the lake. In the last video you guys saw, we were gonna get the trolling motor down here. We were fishing up shallow in a whole bunch of weeds and shallow points, which was a phenomenal pattern for just catching a million fish. But when you're catching that many fish and not seeing big ones, you can be assured that the big ones are not doing whatever you're doing. And the last, I guess yesterday we came out here, we tried to target some bigger fish, and we did catch some. Unfortunately, we pretty much got blew off, and a lot of these kind of out in the middle of nowhere spots just had so much wind where we just couldn't really fish them that well. So we got a different kind of weather system today. Wind finally switched out of the west, and it's going to be out of the south, much less strong than it has previously been. And we hope to kind of show you some bigger Devil's Lake walleyes today. And kind of whenever we come to a new location, it's always, you know, sometimes you might be on a pattern where it's numbers and big fish mixed in. You know, other times it might just be a big fish pattern, other times it might just be a numbers pattern. But trying to figure out those big fish, especially on a multi-day trip, is always kind of a fun challenge. And basically, like I said, we were fishing super shallow for a lot of those numbers, which was a phenomenal pattern if you're coming out here to looking to keep just a whole bunch of fish, because they're all over up there. But these bigger fish seem to be on slightly deeper structure, number one, and kind of relating to mostly timber, number two. There's a ton of flooded timber out here on Devil's Lake, and we have not been fishing live bait. I think probably slip bobbering would probably be a key thing to do on a lot of these isolated pockets of wood. But hopefully today we're going to jig and maybe spinner rig some of this deep wood, and we're hoping to put some more of those fish in the boat that are kind of that, you know, 20 to 26 or up possibly inch size. So we're kind of on one of these big points with some sunken timber here, and a lot of our depth range seems to be, you know, kind of 10 to 15 seems to kind of be the sweet spot where these big fish are holding. So we're gonna do a little poking around, hopefully show you guys some screenshots of some big walleyes here in a second, and then hopefully catch a few. All right, so I just took a screenshot. Now you can see the wood. There's actually a bunch of fish here. We're right off the right side right now, so cast like right there. And these fish really move a lot. I'm starting with a rip and wrap. Yesterday we were catching them on jigs and plastics too. Sometimes they'll be pressed up tight to that wood. It seems like, oh my gosh, first cast. You're gonna get one too. This is a bigger fish too. Oh my gosh. On that rip and wrap. You had one pop it already? Yeah, you're gonna get another one. There's a ton out there. Sometimes it seems like you might want to actually net this fish. These bigger ones, I don't know how many chances you get. Yeah, this is a really good one. Oh. These bigger ones, I don't know how many chances you get at them throughout the day. Yeah, on the rip and wrap, and he just pounded it. Yeah, this is gonna be his toad to start. Wow, first cast too. I'm getting scared because I feel like the bait's, he's either got it way down his throat, or it's bouncing around. Or it's bouncing around the outside of his mouth. Oh, it's a really good one. It's a really good one to start. Oh my gosh, if we can sit on these things for an hour today. Oh, just a toad. Just a toad. Look at that thing. That's the biggest one of the trip so far. And man, I knew if we could find some fish outside of that real shallow stuff, we'd catch some of these studs. I gotta show you guys this fish. I mean, this is an impressive one right here. When something like this happens, and that bit that custom green rip and wrap, which I got at North Shore Baits in Oconto from Paul. And if you guys are looking for custom rip and wraps, give Paul a call. That is just an absolute stud right there. This bait caught me a ton of big Green Bay walleyes, and this watercolor out here is kind of similar to like some areas of Green Bay. He's got one too. Oh my gosh. All right, look at that fish. Just a tank. I'm gonna throw it in the live well quick so we can get a picture, and then I'm just gonna let him go. Yep, it's gonna be another big one. And this is just exactly Just when he gets next to the boat, just really kind of, oh, he's already next to the boat. Oh, is this fun or what? This is how you want to start the day. I was kind of torn because we got to go home today in a couple hours. I wasn't sure if we should just go for a quick, hopefully easy video, or come out here and go for these big ones. And there we go. We already got 2 in the bag that are just much larger than the real shallow water fish. Yeah, so we're kind of throwing a 1-2 punch. I'm throwing the big aggressive rip and wrap, and Dad's throwing the 1/4 ounce Pendu jig with a Callan's Jerk Minnow Jr. Show them off to the camera real quick here. That's a big one, isn't it?
That's a dandy.
Look at that. That is the way you want to get the morning going right there. Couple of good fish. This one's obviously just a tank of a walleye, and we'll get him back. All right, there he goes. Big Devil's Lake walleye. Going back. Oh, super healthy too. All right. Time is of the essence. We got to do that several more times. That is too cool. Just saw that pod spot locked, and there's actually still a few out there going straight in that direction. So we're just gonna kind of keep firing on them here. Well, that was cool.
Yeah. I missed one the first cast.
Yeah, so actually it could have doubled up on literally the first cast.
Third pot.
Yeah, they're still right there. We're on the fish now. I was worried without the wind these fish wouldn't be set up here. Yeah, these are good fish out here. And we've literally had too much wind. Doubled up. And we've literally had too much wind to come out here and really do this. This is just gonna be another stud. You got a good one too, huh? It seems like the slightly bigger ones are hitting the rip and wrap, which is often kind of the case. Oh, mine came off. It was about a 24 incher. Yours is getting bigger here.
Getting bigger now.
Oh man, that could have been a good double, but still a really nice, a little bit bigger. There we go. Wow, that is crazy. Crazy, crazy. I gotta get my rod. This pod is just still sitting out there.
Beautiful
Devil's Lake walleye. Wow, that is impressive.
Yep. Oh my gosh, we got another one. Every cat.
You made 4 cat. That's big. That's a big one. I'm gonna back you off. Yeah, just back off. Yeah, just let him do what he needs to do. That's a big fish. Might be a pike. All right, well, I'll let you. I got a feeling that's a big pike. He just took about 75 feet of line, didn't he?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, well, you're fighting that. I'll keep pitching.
Feel like big at first.
Yeah, I know. I don't think he knew what was going on, really. And like I said, when you're catching, it kind of seems like all these bigger fish are out a little bit deeper. When you're catching, you know, 100 fish up shallow, and they all... Yeah, there's a bunch of wood here. And they all seem in that eater size. So let me know when you start getting close. Gotta be a pike, right? I would have to think it is a pike.
Coming closer down.
Yeah. Oh, I got walleye. Now we're in trouble because now I got for sure a toad walleye.
I got a walleye.
Yours is a walleye? Oh my gosh. We gotta get that one. Oh my gosh. Got him. Here, take this. I got another big one on. Slide back here by me a little bit, or throw that one in the live well. I got the live well pumping. These fish out here, even the small ones fight incredibly hard. But look at these big ones. It's almost just too intense. I'm constantly just scared of losing these fish. Dude, that thing is huge.
Yeah.
Throw that in the live well. That is insane.
That's a big fish.
It's been a while since I've seen a 30-incher. It's been since Green Bay, but that one might be close, honestly. You think it is close?
I'm gonna say 28 to 30.
Just get ready to net this one. Look at this one. It's another stud.
That was a power.
This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Barely hooked too. Oh my gosh. That might be the craziest double I've ever seen in my life. Oh my gosh, dude. Can you believe that?
Unreal.
Oh my gosh. All right, we're gonna throw these in the live well for a second, just let them recoup. This might be the most insane school of big fish I've ever seen in my life on an inland lake. Absolutely incredible. All right, look at that. Is that not the most insane double you've ever seen in your life? That is a 28.5 and a 30-inch Devil's Lake walleye on a double. And they're just all over up here right now. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but this is absolutely insane. Couple of just absolute freak studs for out here. And we're gonna let these fish go. I mean, this is just an unbelievable, unbelievable pot of fish right here. And just kind of hold on to them. Oh man, mine's super lively. And that is just absolutely insane to see them like that. Getting ready. Oh yeah. Wow. That is wild. Absolutely wild.
Very often. Or at all.
That is insane. Tournament, we'd just be going in and eating pancakes the rest of the day now. Oh my gosh. You still have not made a cast without catching a fish, have you? We just let those two freaks go. I don't even want to stop.
Every cast.
The pod kind of moved. Oh, I just had one too.
5 casts, 5 fish.
They're kind of sitting out there in just a little kind of roll in the sand. Oh yeah, they're all gonna be big. And you're catching 30 and 28-inch doubles. All right, I gotta stop fishing and net the fish. And this is just insane. This is literally every single cast we're catching a huge walleye right now.
Oh, this one's a big one too. Look at that.
Yeah, and when you find upper 20s inch fish schooled, that first one you got was probably the smallest one in the school. Just, yeah, real soft. I can't believe that last one you had ran literally 70 feet of line out.
Oh, that's a big one too.
Yeah, this is gonna be another stud.
20s too.
Look at these things, and man, they are just angry out here. Angry. Oh, God. I mean, can't complain with those. You know, just solid 24, 25s. I'm gonna keep fishing, just show them off to the front camera. I literally had one trap me to bottom on that cast. That is absolutely insane.
Boy, are these fish pretty.
And fat. Super fat and healthy. And this pot of fish was here yesterday, but it was not like this, but there's still some here. Look at that. I mean, just another quality walleye right there. And that's just as good as it gets. Oh, we kind of crushed when I said I hope we get 5 fish. I think we've already exceeded that. All right, get ready to cast here. Be popping up the side in just a second.
This way?
Yeah. Yeah, throw straight sideways. Don't have to go very far. can feel myself working up a tree right now. Oh, I got over it somehow. Right there. Another fish on, big one too. All we're doing now is just shooting them right off the Mega 360. And you could hear me on that one. I was like, right out here, you don't have to go very far. Yeah, you might want to net this. This is feeling, look at this, he's not even literally doing anything right now. Oh, this is just insane. Just insane. I don't know how long these fish are going to stay here like this, but oh my gosh, I mean, the power these fish have out here and how hard they pull is absolutely incredible. It's going to be, oh yeah, just another horse. Just another stud. And look at that drag go. Is this crazy or what?
Yeah, then there's some big ones.
Yeah. I mean, look, watch this fish come up. Oh my gosh.
It's a big one.
I don't think on an inland lake I have ever seen anything like this. Just a tank.
Oh, did he nail that?
Oh my gosh.
That bait's gone.
Oh man, just never is gonna get old doing that. Unfortunately, we got to drive 9 hours back home here in a couple hours, but oh my gosh. And when they're eating baits like this, you just know it's kind of on. I mean, look at that. The thing is just, you got to get the pliers out. Yeah, you still got a few. Actually, pitch it right out here. And having 360, especially on a lot of these big sand flats, is just wow. Right away when we pulled up here, the pod was so big I couldn't even help myself. I couldn't even throw it down because I knew time was of the essence. But look at that. I mean, just stud after stud after stud. And these things are just built unbelievably well. Incredibly tall fish. We are just absolutely smoking them right now. I mean, that is just an amazing way to kind of end the trip over here. Smack you on the tail. She goes, she'll be fine. She'll kick away strong. Oh, we might have to, sometimes they'll do this weird thing where they'll just sit there. And then you'll basically just roll them over, kick them on the tail, and there he goes like that. Yeah, it seems like there's a bunch of like white bass jumping around. There's still fish, they're kind of just scattered all around the boat though. Got him. Oh my gosh, it's just absolutely insane. Yeah, I mean, they're just all gonna be, I mean, the head shakes on these things are just incredible. They've kind of scattered out all around the boat. And like I said, now that school's kind of broken up, and I can tell by the way this thing's head shaking, it's gonna be just another freak. Now that the school's kind of broken up, we're just casting at individual fish on 360. Yep, and he's just barely tail hooked here. I can probably scoop him up. Actually, he is just tail hooked. You might want to grab him. Yep. Look at that. Oh, come on, buddy. We got him.
There we go. Another good one.
Have you ever seen anything like this outside of Green Bay?
No.
Here, I got that. It's like right now, still mostly bow, or kind of quartering forwards a little bit. I mean, for an inland lake, be kicking out fish of this caliber, cast after cast. We're still spot locked on literally the first spot lock of the day here. I mean, this is just a wild school of fish, obviously, and they are really, really going. We're gonna kind of catch them until they're not going anymore. Man, I got the same one just sitting right here off the side of the boat. Here. Got him?
Yep.
There we go. Another good one too, huh?
Right there.
Yeah, I just kept saying there's one just sitting off the side of the boat here that wasn't moving for a little while.
20 feet from the boat.
Yeah.
Not a 10.
He's gonna hurt our average a little bit, but he's still a quality walleye. Oh man. There we go. Still better than the ones we were catching up shallow. And it's kind of crazy how you can fish one pattern a lot of times and you're just on a totally different size structure of fish, right? And obviously the 44,000 acre Devil's Lake probably has more to offer than just 18 inches. And my dad's been fishing the same thing all morning so far. This is a Kalen's, this is the Pendu jig. It's kind of got a little bit of a nifty rotating head, gives that thing a lot of action, and then just the classic old Kalen's Jerkman or Junior. Hold that guy out once. And that is probably a 19 incher, and it is the smallest one of the day so far. Yeah, work here's real good. Keep going. I think you might have one like following it. Some bite. Yep. I literally just said I think he's got one following it. I'll take a screenshot for you guys. That is incredible. And I missed it the first time and it came right back, as they often do when you're snap jigging. It's going to be another, oh my gosh, just another, look at that thing. And when you get dialed on reading side imaging and you can tell you got a fish following your bait, a walleye, how insane is that? Do not lose this fish. I cannot believe this. This is just absolutely insane. It's slowed down a lot because we kind of busted up this pot of fish. Oh my gosh, just another fish. Are these guys looking right now? Alright. Doesn't really matter, it's our last day, right? Yep. Another one, easily 27. Look at that. I mean, that's just unbelievable. As good as it gets right there. Stud Devil's Lake walleyes. That's insane, isn't it? Fish after fish, and they're just horses too. Unbelievable. All right, presentations, what are we using to catch these massive Devil's Lake walleyes? There's a couple of things we're using, kind of a 1-2 punch, and a lot of times when you start your day, it's good to do something like this. One, a little bit more finessey thing, one super aggressive thing. Obviously today they were biting both, and this pot of fish was just insane, so they probably would have bit anything that looked good to them. But the Rapala Rip and Wrap was number 1 and number 6 size. I actually lost the first one I was throwing in a big down tree, but your Fire Tigers, your green colors seem to be good, and you know, obviously ripping that around, obviously a big fish killer. Now this is super clunky, super aggressive. My dad was throwing the Kalen's Jerkman Junior, which is just one of my all-time top producing plastics, and he was throwing that on a 1/4 ounce and a 3/8 ounce. This is the Kalen's Pendu jig, and good hook on here. It gives it a lot of action because you get this rotating head, so when you snap it, it kind of acts a lot different than a regular jig head, and that's in that Arkansas shad color. And we had a ton of success on this bait, especially way up shallow as well, so we kind of knew the fish were eating it. But you have one bait here, you know, no boot tail minnow on here, just your standard fork tail minnow, and we'll link all this stuff down below. But it's a lot more finessey. It's a lot kind of more, when you pop this thing, it kind of does this kind of a thing. And when you obviously rip the Rip and Wrap, that's big. It's real loud, real aggressive, and really draws a lot of attention. And you know, both were obviously working really well. But you know, a lot of guys out here are doing the whole Lindy rig bottom bouncer thing, which obviously catches a ton of fish. But the whole casting and pitching aspect of this, where you're just throwing big snap baits like this, obviously incredibly effective. And kind of no matter where you go, whenever you're snap jigging like this, it generally has a tendency to produce big fish. So if you're fishing a lot and you seem to be averaging a lot of those smaller fish on a lot of live bait presentations, go to something bigger, go to something more aggressive, and a lot of times, you know, it's kind of the way to go. And most of the time when I'm snap jigging, I'm using my absolute favorite setup for this. This is the 6'9" Elliott rod, medium fast action. It's just kind of your perfect snap jig rod for fishing this way. Pairing that with the Piscifun Carbon X 2000 on there. If you guys want to pick up any of the stuff, the rod, the reel, the baits, like I said, I'll link it all down below. 10-pound braid. And I normally tie in, that's Suffix Performance braid, and I normally tie in, the water's pretty dirty out here, not super dirty, but so I'll tie in about a 20-inch, 2-foot leader of 12-pound fluorocarbon on there. And you definitely don't want to be coming out here with like a 6-pound mono thing for fishing this way. There's too many trees, you're fishing around either a lot of weeds or some kind of cover, and today it was obviously a lot of these trees down in some of these 10 to 12-foot flats for the most part. So that was kind of the setup, and caught us a ton of fish. All right, well, we are back home now, and wow, hopefully the intensity was felt through the video as much as it was in the boat. I mean, I have fished walleyes almost every day since March now this year, and that was just one of those schools of fish at the right place at the right time where they were biting, and it was just unbelievable, really. And like I said, this is my first time I've ever fished Devil's Lake, and obviously just an incredible fishery. First of all, the first day we got there, if you guys didn't watch that video, we caught a ton of numbers up in some shallow weeds, and it was just like endless numbers fishing. Not a lot of big fish up there, but super fun way just to catch a million walleyes. And actually, it was super windy out every day we were there for the few days we were there, and we found these fish right after filming that weed video. And a lot of lakes will set up like this time of year, where you might have some of the smaller fish still way up shallow, and then you might have bigger fish sliding a little bit deeper as they kind of transition to this middle of summer time frame. And it was just literally way too windy. We were on a spinner rig trolling pattern because it was about all you could do out there in that amount of wind. We were catching some big fish doing that, but I was like, man, if we just got a calm day to come out and sit on some of these schools of fish and pick them apart in the 360 where you could actually sit still, and it was so windy you'd cast sideways and your bait would just be a top water bait. So we finally had, in the last couple of hours, the last morning we were there, a calm time to go out and fish those fish. Went straight back out to that pod, found them on side imaging, and it was unbelievable. It was like they were all biting and they were all big. Devil's Lake is an absolutely mind-blowingly good fishery, and I will definitely be back out there. And I'd like to fish some of the other Dakota reservoirs out there as well, but maybe we'll do that sometime in the future. But unbelievable fishery. I had a phenomenal time out in Devil's Lake. That big fish thing was just a phenomenal day to way to cap off a fun trip. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. But yeah, I'm not even sure. There's not really a whole lot to say after a video like that. I feel like, if you guys fish Devil's Lake a lot, let me know if it's common to get in pods of fish like that. Because if it is common, I'll load up my truck right now and head right back out there. But yeah, super good time. Like I said, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys are not yet, please subscribe. Got more trips in the work. I just got to finish this video, take care of some stuff around the house, and then we're back out on another walleye fishing expedition. So thanks for watching. If you guys are not yet, please subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you next time.